Hi everybody, this is Love of Truth Tarot, and I'm going to get into another collective reading. I'm going to ring my singing bowl. I think just once is sufficient. I don't have a normal setup right now, but that's totally okay, right? It's life. I think I'm going to get like a different tapestry and like a whole different setup. Or at least just add to it or something, but that's going to be over time. I definitely just wanted to get a reading in because I haven't gotten one in for a while. So, okay, I was just shuffling these cards, but something tells me to pull from these little cards that I made here. These are just index cards, and I cut them in half, and I thought that was pretty smart to make like double what I had left over from my other deck. Alright, so this is a collective reading, so it might not resonate with everybody, or there might be some things you resonate, some things you don't resonate with. So, as they say, take what resonates, leave the rest, and we are going to get into it. So, alright. Angels, guides, spirit, I'm sorry. Angels, guides, ancestors of the highest white light. I always mess that up. Please give us some information. Alright. Empty cup. Fill your own cup. I want to say I got this before, or like recently before, and now we're getting it again. Be sure to not only depend on other people to fill your own cup, meaning to fulfill you emotionally, or in any way, I should say. The best way to regulate that is to go deeper into your spirituality, whatever your beliefs are. And for me, for example, doing tarot, I find comfort in it because it gives me answers, or even just meditating with some nice soothing music, or there's many things you can do. It doesn't have to be spiritual. Like you could just take a bath, or even just taking a nap, or just laying in your bed and just accepting the fact that you need time to recuperate, because it's what I'm feeling from this card. Relax. I'm getting that word. Just relax. Allow your mind to stop racing with thoughts, even though that's easy to say, hard to do. But you want overall to focus on what's going to emotionally fulfill yourself, and then you can be a better self to to the world too. But it's not only about others, it's not only about ourselves, it's about everybody, it's about everything, it's about you, it's about everyone else as well. So I just want people to know that too. But I think first and foremost should be focusing on yourself. And what do you know? This is the card that popped out. Choose yourself. So this is very telling about what is needed at this time. You really need to focus on the self. And so focus on what brings you joy. Focus on what will calm you down, because that's the energy I'm getting. I don't think it's more so of the joy, even though you can incorporate that and that's going to help you. But like it's definitely emotionally fulfilling to laugh too, to like find something funny to watch, or play with your pet if you have a pet, just to get that joy in there, you know what I mean, to lift you up. Speaking of my animals, they're trying to get in here. But yeah, try to focus on anything that's going to uplift you or heal you. Because I also have this on the top of the deck. It says healing. Healing doesn't have to look magical or pretty. Real healing is hard, exhausting, and draining. Let yourself go through it. Don't try to paint it as anything other than what it is. Be there for yourself with no judgment. I love that. I'm going to put that there too. Kind of with these little ones. So, okay, another one speaking to me too, because this goes with it. Attachment, need for release. Cry, laugh, sing, shout, dance, and play. So anything that you want to do, do it. If you need to cry, if you need to laugh, you need to, like it says, sing, dance, play, shout, whatever. Like that song, shout, shout, let it all out. These are the things that I could do without. Come on, I'm talking to you. Come on. So that song's coming through. If you want to look that song up, maybe not every lyric of that song resonates, but I think the main message does with this message. Woo, okay. And by the way, I got this quote and some other quotes from online, so it's not like it's totally original, but some of these that I wrote were original. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at this. Recovery and you're ready. See, I was just talking about stuff, kind of like stuff about recovery. So, healing, recovery, a need for release, right? You know what? We're going to read the book because I said so. All right. Recovery. This is a period of recovery and healing for you. The challenging emotions that you've been dealing with will fade away with time. Although it may be difficult to see now, there is a joyful future awaiting you. But for now, take all the time you need to regain your strength. This card can also mean that your recovery is nearly finished or already complete. Send words of gratitude to heaven and begin planning for the next exciting phase of your life. Wow, okay. Yeah, you've been dealing with a lot of challenging emotions. I can feel that. Holy crap. Whew. Also, breathing helps a lot. Like, we don't take deep breaths usually as human beings. We're usually taking very shallow, short breaths all the time, and we're not conscious of our breathing. So it really does a lot to straighten your posture, to sit up or stand up wherever you are. Just take a minute. You can close your eyes if you feel comfortable, and just breathe deep through your nose. And you can hold it for a second and then release it. Don't feel like pressured about how many seconds. Like sometimes I think it can take away from the like actual what is it? Like healing energy from breathing. It can take away from that. I feel personally, this is just me, but when I count like certain amount of seconds. But if you need to know, I heard the 444 method is accurate, where you breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold it for 4 seconds, and then release for 4 seconds. Oh yeah, and then you pause for 4 seconds in between, I think. But anyway, regardless of how many seconds to do it for each thing, I think it's just important to remember to breathe. And especially like, for example, if you're talking a lot and then you feel like you can't breathe in between, sometimes it's good to just stop, allow yourself to catch your breath and really take it in and be conscious of it. It really is healing. And oxygen therapy is actually a thing too, so you can look that up maybe if it interests you or if you feel called to do so. There is actual healing done just from oxygen. But we're not all getting oxygen 100%, obviously. I don't want to go into that because I could really ramble about these things, but breathing in clean air, period, I would say, is very beneficial. Like, for example, sticking your head outside if you're inside, or just going outside for a little bit and just breathing that fresh air. And like now, where I'm at, There's snow on the ground, and it's been snowing a while, and there's a lot of snow, well, compared to most places. And so it's like, that is so refreshing to breathe in that air. I don't know what it is, but it's like winter air with snow on the ground is like so clean. And I think it's because obviously snow is made of water. So it's like, you know, um, it's going to be refreshing if it's water. But anyway, now I'm getting off topic, okay? And then we have you're ready. So I think what it's saying is either, like it said what I read, it said either you're ready, you've already recovered, and you're ready now to come out of that recovery, or, and this could apply to whoever's listening, either or you're still in recovery, but you're about to be ready to come out of it. And something's telling me to read the other card, which I don't normally do this if you watch my videos, but I'm going to do it because I feel called to. So it says you're ready. All your past experiences have led to this moment. You've studied and grown spiritually in many ways. There is nothing more to do. You're ready to move forward and embrace the person you know in your heart you are meant to be. The world is anxiously awaiting the contributions that following your life purpose will provide. You may have to put yourself first in the situation. It's time to do what's right for you. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's like so cool how these all just like correlate with each other. Because again, like, I'm not mad. I'm actually really happy, but I just sound like that. Healing, recovery. It's about you. Look, choose yourself. Fill your own cup. It's about you. Like, I almost want to cry. I'm emotional over this too. Wow. You've studied and grown spiritually in many ways, it says. There's nothing more to do. You're ready to move forward and to embrace the person you know in your heart you're meant to be. So embrace who you know you're meant to be. You're getting ready to come out of this emotional roller coaster. You have to choose you too. Sometimes I think it's not the easiest thing to do for human beings, certain human beings. I say it like I'm an alien, but yeah, I'm a human being too. But it's so needed sometimes to just be like, you know what, I don't necessarily feel at this moment I need this, but I know I'm gonna need this time, or I'm gonna need to like act on this inspiration I have right in this moment, because I know if I don't now, that it's the want or the need to do it is not going to be there as strong in the long run. So it's like kind of like, I don't want to say jumping on it or like being impulsive, but it is this kind of impulsiveness, but it's a healthy impulsiveness where you act on something because you know that it's going to be healthy and beneficial to you, instead of like maybe putting it off because you're like, well, I have all these other things to do. And like, I understand that. I definitely do. But it's very important to just be like, you know what? I need to do what's going to fulfill me. I can't only do what is expected of me or what I'm, quote, supposed to do. Of course, we need to do certain things, and there's things that need to be done and they should be done. But I think there's a balance sometimes. I think we can overwhelm ourselves and say, like, oh, well, you know, there's more important things going on right now, or there's more important things I have to worry about. But what we really not should be worried about, but what we should be concerned or focused on is like really truly asking ourselves, what do we need emotionally? What do we need to make our heart feel full, you know? Wow, this is deep, you guys. This is really good. I love this. It's already 15 minutes in, and we have 2 cards. Okay. Alright, should I pull from these? Something's telling me no. Alright. So I'm going to do these. So this is the angel answer. I want to say angel answers. Oops, I'm moving this camera here. Yeah, that was the angel answer oracle cards right here. And then these are the psychic tarot for the heart. I always thought these were oracle cards, but it does match up with the tarot. Like, you can translate these cards with the tarot deck. Okay. Darkest fears. Now, I didn't really meditate when I was pulling the cards, but this definitely needs to be seen and talked about. I think that lately you've been letting your darkest fears get the best of you, and that's okay. I mean, it doesn't feel good, but it happens, right? Okay, and I'm seeing, like, on the card, the cycles of the moon, or the phases of the moon, and I think this is also saying that just like the moon has cycles, we also have cycles in our lives, and the darkest fears that we have sometimes aren't going to always stay there, and it's just kind of encouraging to know that there can always be things that are negative or fearful to us can always be overcome, and just like a cycle, just like the moon cycle. But also there could be something happening either on a new moon or eclipse or one of the crescent. I want to say there's another name for that, but I want to say anything close to the crescent moon, new moon, or an eclipse. I don't know if that's significant for anybody, but that's what I'm picking up here. I think it's also saying, like, yeah, you're moving on from your darkest fears, even though they've been debilitating for you, giving you anxiety. Yeah, wow, this popped out, guys. Now, this is interesting because this was reversed the way it popped out. Master, and this represents the devil card. So when it's reversed, it actually means you're releasing yourself from the bondage to maybe addiction or obsession or an unhealthy behavior or habit. And I think what that is allowing your darkest fears to control you. So, wow, this is deep, you guys. Wow. The heart is significant, I feel, also in this reading. I know I drew hearts on all of these, but the hearts are sticking out to me. So you're recovering the pain in your heart from your darkest fears, because it's been, you might even have been having physical symptoms in your heart, like chest pain, or heart murmurs, or heart skipping a beat, or even to the extreme of a heart attack or anything heart disease, like anything that has to do with your heart. I'm picking that up. I don't know why. But you are definitely healing it, and the main message is to stay on that course of healing your heart. Releasing, again, with this little card. I should have put this down too, but need for release. Oh yeah, attachment. You guys, this is crazy because the Devil card is all about attachment. Okay? And that's what this says. Attachment, need for release, cry, laugh, sing, shout, dance, play. So the crying, the laughing, the singing, the shouting, the dancing, the playing, whatever, like stuff like that, is helping you to heal. And I don't know if some people know this, but crying definitely is one of the major things to help you heal. And afterwards, usually laughing or making jokes about stuff will come up. But that doesn't mean it's always going to be there. Like, it's okay if, you're crying a bunch. But I think also another message is call somebody that you know cares and loves you. It's just coming through. Not to say, again, I don't want you to think that I'm saying to rely on somebody to make you happy, but I think you definitely could use that, like a friend or family member or somebody close to you that does care, that will uplift you. Oh my gosh, guys. Like they say, you can't make it up. Well, here you go. We have joy and stability. And what is this? This is the Four of Wands in the tarot deck. And I'm just like, oh my God, because I was saying call somebody close to you, friends or family, that would basically support you. And that's what this card's all about, is support and love and friends, family, gatherings, people coming together really to support each other. So if you need or you feel the need to do that, definitely do that for yourself, and still take your time, but don't be afraid to reach out and talk to those that love you. Okay. Now, I don't read reversals, okay, but I've been occasionally reading reversals. I don't read reversals on these types of cards, okay, but on the regular Rider-Waite deck, I will. But this came out upside down. So the manifest card has to do with this is the Magician. So this is all about manifesting what you want in life. When it's reversed, it feels like usually it's about you feeling like you don't have the power. Well, that's what I'm feeling with this reading. Or maybe you feel like you misused your power in some way and you have a lot of it. You upright are the Magician and you have all the power inside of you to create whatever you want, to create your reality. But I think what I'm feeling from this is that you're disappointed because you let your darkest fears get the best of you. You need to learn how to master your emotions, right? And that's why this card's here, to show us that you misuse your emotions or your power in a way where it wasn't beneficial for you or others, and it probably destroyed more than it actually built up anything. Because usually when we're manifesting, we're trying to cultivate something, we're trying to build something, we're trying to add on to something or improve something in our lives, and usually it's a positive thing, right? But it doesn't always have to be, because not everybody manifests positive things. But in the reverse, it's representing to me in this reading that there's destruction, like everything, almost like the Tower, like how the Tower card represents everything crumbling down, everything being destroyed, there's chaos, And sometimes, unfortunately, it's the truth. Well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, but this is the truth, that sometimes things have to break down completely in order to be built back up, because the foundation was not sturdy or not stable. But I also feel that you probably are feeling like, yeah, but this, how many times does the tower have to come? Well, the tower, or I'm just getting the tower energy, but, or the destruction needs to come sometimes, because, like I said, whatever is being built is not on a good foundation. So you'll have to check out how you're building your foundation in order to not have the tower moment or have the destruction moment happen all the time to you, if that makes sense, right? We also have change your focus, and this was upside down too. So maybe you have found it very hard to change your focus. You don't know, and I always say this, but it's metaphorically, you don't know which way to go in life. You're just like, and even if it's in the moment, or, you know, that day you feel lost, it's still, there's something within you that sometimes makes it hard to make decisions, and knowing that you're making the right decision and being confident about it. So it's like, it's hard sometimes to change that focus, to change direction. But that's definitely what's needed, and it's definitely going to put you in the right direction, because wherever you are, or were, I should say, were recently in emotional terms, was not beneficial for you or others. That's what I'm hearing. But this is for you mostly, so we're gonna focus on you. And the number 5 also represents change, but it can represent chaos as well. So I just mentioned the manifest card reversed, being something related to a chaos that happened. Oh, and also what I'm getting from this, because it was reversed, is saying that sometimes it's hard for you to change your focus when you're in that mode, when you're feeling all these extreme emotions. It's hard for you to switch. Again, change focus. I'm going to keep that reversed. So you're going to have to find a way of being able to switch focus when you're caught up in your emotions. Again, when you're caught up in your darkest fears too. You have to be able to find a way to escape from that, at least in the moment, and then come back to things when you feel more level-headed. Okay. Then we have 9. I was going to say 9 of Pentacles, because that's what it is in the Rider-Waite deck. But well-deserved reward. So I'm going to read from the book for this one too. But I just wanted to say, what I think it's saying is, again, with the foundation, and this is a physical card, so it has to do with the material world. And I know we're talking about emotions, but it's like, we can talk in metaphors about building, right? And building a strong foundation is going to get you your well-deserved reward. So it will be rewarding. Know that your efforts are not going unseen or unheard. You might feel like that too. Like no one's paying attention, nobody cares anyway kind of attitude. But that's not truly what it is. I think it's because I'm also getting that you haven't got to this place about these specific dark fears. Like you haven't overcome these certain fears, so that's why you don't know what that would feel like when you do overcome them. But know that you are going to feel rewarded, and like it's a well-deserved reward because you're working towards releasing. Again, this whole reading is about releasing that negativity that can get a hold of your mind. So we're gonna look up that one. Okay. So it says keywords: discipline, gracious, compassion, satisfaction. Discipline. Yeah. You need to discipline yourself in that area of not letting your darkest fears take over. But let's just get into this. Your efforts are paying off. When this card appears, it suggests that you have seen or will soon find your relationships falling into place. It hasn't always been easy, but you had the discipline to persevere. As you work to create fulfilling relationships, you sometimes had to give more than you would have liked, but you've seen the positive results of that action. You kept the ultimate goal in mind. Be proud of yourself. You've shown that you're self-reliant and confident. You're entering a phase of your life where your dealings with others will become effortless. Be considerate and compassionate in your interactions. There is less need for confrontation now. Diplomacy is the better approach. As you move forward, expect to feel satisfaction with your accomplishments regarding love and its many aspects. You're being blessed for your hard work. So, you are working on it, okay? It's not like I'm saying, there is no effort or there is no work. But what I'm saying also is that the tower moment, I keep calling it a tower moment, but the destruction that continues to happen, I already know that people are going to want to avoid that, right? Because nobody wants constant roller coaster like emotions where it's like totally high and then everything's destroyed, and then we're gonna totally go up here and be happy again, and then everything's destroyed again. So it's like, what this is saying is that there's gonna be, what you're doing and what you're embarking on, I should say, is a journey of more discipline, of more seriousness about it. And I know this is about relationships. This whole deck is about relationships with others, but obviously this can help us with ourselves as well. So like I was saying, this has to do with the reading, that our relationships, it's all about both. It's not just the relationship we have with ourselves, and it's not just about everybody else either. It's about both. It's about everything and everyone involved. But we do have to focus first on ourselves, because we can't change anything in our environment until we change ourselves. And I'm just amazed at how everything's fitting so well with this. Okay, we're already at 33. So, and have compassion for yourself too. Know that you have the power to get there. And if it is with another person, this is a very good sign. You're going to persevere. And you have the discipline. I think it's what it's saying is tapping into that discipline in yourself. It's not like it's non-existent. I'm also getting with this right here, this piece, where it looks like it was pieced in. It's almost like saying there's not much more that really has to be done. It's just, it's more, you think it's more than it actually is. And it really, It was like, this is the last piece that the man put into his, like, building. I don't know if that makes sense, but this building here, that's what I look at it as. It's not really a building, but this is how I'm seeing it. And it was only this chunk here that he was missing, and he finally put it there and finally completed his whole project. And I think it's just saying persevere and push a little bit more, because it's really not as much as you think it is. Like, the chaos and destruction has been enough, and I get it, and you're tired. But it's like saying, you know, when they say, I don't even know the sayings, but like basically when you think you've had enough, it's like you push a little bit more and you realize like that's you're right around the corner, so to say, if that makes sense. Like you push a little further and then you finally accomplish what you've been like struggling to accomplish for so long. Hope that's making sense. Let's see. Yeah, and you work to create fulfilling relationships. Sometimes had to give more than what you've liked, but you've seen the positive results of that action. So I think it's also knowing when to give of yourself and knowing when to pull back. Yeah. I think that was part of this too. You'll have to find that balance for yourself. Everybody's different, but pay attention to your intuition and your inner guidance system and what it's telling you and how or when to pull away when needed for yourself. And I remember it said confrontation is not needed at this time. So it's like saying know when to confront something and know when not to. Know when it's maybe an over exertion of yourself and you're giving so much of yourself to just solve a problem. Know when to pull back and say, wait, maybe I just need a little break. Again, recovery is very important. So it doesn't just mean this time, it means recovery is important, period, for you at whatever time it's needed. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys for watching. And if you like the video, please like. If you like to subscribe, please do so as well. And hope everybody's doing well. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.